If you're a gamer, PC, console, doesn't matter, then what's just happened with Ready or Not should seriously get on your wick. This isn't just about a few clothed bodies or changed assets, instead it's about what comes next. See, most of the chatter online is laser focused on what got censored, the nudity, the violence, the graphic content, and why it was actually pulled, mostly of course to keep Sony happy, but hardly anyone is asking the bigger question here. Where does it all end? That's what this video is really about today. Not the pixelated nipples or corporate appeasement, but that slow, silent erosion of creative freedom after a game has been released. Void Interactive didn't just patch in some bug fixes, they patched out a little bit of gaming soul that leads us all down a very slippery slope. So put the kettle on, grab a cuppa, and let's have ourselves another proper mass debate, this time on why censorship after launch should scare the living bollocks off you. Now look, let's get one thing straight here. I'm a massive fan of Ready or Not, proper fanboy territory. I reviewed it twice on this channel, once in early access, once at full release, and I stand by what I said. I gave it a 9, and honestly, I still think it's a bit underrated. Whilst the gaming spotlight gets hijacked by loud, flashy shooter clones with cartoon skins and battle passes up their arsehole, Ready or Not stood out to me as a serious tactical gem. Depth, tension, style. It's the thinking person's FPS. And I say all that up front because when I lay into Void Interactive in this video, it's not coming from a place of hate, it's coming from a place of disappointment. And that's what she said. Painful, wallet in hand, t-shirt wearing, please don't do this disappointment. Because sometimes, even when you love something, you've got to call it out when it starts to lose its way. So to appease the almighty platform gods and secure that console release, Void Interactive made a few adjustments. Small things on paper, like how in one mission the trafficked women are now wearing underwear instead of being fully naked, or how other female characters suddenly look older, less suggestive. Body dismemberment, that one's toned down too. Certain corpses no longer react the way that they used to. Now I can already hear the internet armchair brigade firing up their little keyboards shouting, incels, Tate worshipper, spare me the bollocks people. Let's be clear, I couldn't give a flying rat's ass about the nudity. If it's exposed flesh you're after, Instagram and OnlyFans has got you covered. And no, this isn't about some fetish gore fantasy either. Most players aren't booting up Ready or Not to roleplay as Jack the Ripper. The real issue isn't the content that has been changed, it's the principle behind changing it. Because while you could argue the game's slightly less gritty, slightly less immersive, that's not the reason that Void Interactive have monumentally cocked this up. The reason is far worse, and this is where the real can of worms gets cracked open. The game you bought in early access, that one that you backed, you supported, maybe even evangelized to your mates with, that version no longer exists. The content you paid for can now be quietly swapped out, repackaged and pushed live without your input, without your consent and without warning. And that is the dangerous bit, because if they can change this, what else can they change? Take out more blood, strip the swearing, blur the lines until there's no threat, no edge, no impact, just a neutered experience designed to chase a wider age rating or to keep the platform overlords smiling. Alright, maybe I'm leaning into the extremes there, but the point still stands. The game you own, whether it's Ready or Not, GTA or some brutal little horror title, can now shift under your feet midlife, not for creative reasons, but because someone, somewhere, decided it might offend. Now all of it could have just been avoided if Void had just implemented a toggle. Let PC players choose, old content versus new. Let us decide what version of the game we want, but stripping back that choice away entirely, that's where the backlash truly begins. Ready or Not now sits on mostly negative reviews on Steam, and frankly, that's well deserved. But the worst part is that Void Interactive doubled down instead of backing off. It would have been so easy to say, look, the console launch is a massive milestone for us. We had to make some changes to get it across the finish line, but we hear you. PC players will get a toggle to choose the version they prefer. Just give us a little bit more time to sort it out. And if they'd said that, we'd all be nodding along, saying fair enough lads, we've got your back. But instead, they went full corporate drone bollock mode and dropped this little gem, and they said, "We recently shared that Ready or Not's PC version underwent minor content changes to support stability and align with policies enforced by global platforms and age rating bodies. These adjustments were made to ensure a smooth global launch across platforms, while fully preserving the game's tone, themes and intensity. Unfortunately, we've seen misconceptions and misinformation circulating around the scope of these changes. We want to ensure our entire community has full visibility into what has and has not changed. We're including before and after visuals, which you're seeing on screen now, to show that the game's tone, atmosphere and graphical impact remain intact. The effects of gore and violence, key to the game's immersive realism, they have not been toned down." Right, because that totally addresses everyone's concerns, doesn't it? The issue isn't nudity, it's not blood, it's not how much was changed, it's that you changed it at all post-launch, post-purchase to suit platform policies elsewhere. And then they had the audacity to act like you, the player base, was confused, that you were somehow misinformed. There's no misinformation here, lads, no misconceptions, just a community staring at a slippery slope and wondering how far this censorship rabbit hole goes. And for me, this isn't just about Ready or Not either. When we finally get our greasy mitts on GTA 6, what happens if, I don't know, the Australian ratings board decide that they're offended again by a mission? Do Rockstar change it for everyone worldwide? Of course they bloody don't. And before anyone says that I'm talking out my arse, I'm not. That's exactly what happened. GTA 3 had to have tweaks for the German market. Left 4 Dead got toned down in Australia. Fallout 3, that took a slap on the wrist in Japan over its nuclear references. That's normal. Region-specific changes to respect cultural norms. No one's saying don't be mindful. We get it. Different strokes for different folks. But this carte blanche censoring, one size fits all, even for PC players who aren't bound by console platform rules, that's what puts everyone on edge. Because if Ready or Not gets changed mid-life, what's to stop other devs from doing the same? What if Rockstar do start tweaking GTA after launch just to avoid controversy in one country? And what really does my nut in, you can watch movies that depict horrific violence, sexual abuse, real trauma, and that is considered fine. But when it's a video game, suddenly it's a moral crisis. Everyone shits the bed and the Karens come out in force thinking little Timmy is going to become the next serial killer. Newsflash people, this isn't the hot coffee mod era where we were all teenagers having Tommy tanks in our basement. No, the average gamer age these days is 36. We're all full grown ass men with noisy kids, wives that hate us and jobs that we hate in return. Now look, that point is probably a video for another day, but I'm tired of games being the scapegoat. Even Void themselves wrote on Steam, given the graphic nature of the game and the gritty realism it portrays, this game is for mature audiences. We will also strongly recommend that people who have experienced personal traumatic events from criminal violence, hostage situations or terrorism refrain from playing. Right, so it's definitely for mature audiences, is it? Until a bit of platform money is on the line, of course, and suddenly we all need protecting. Funny that. So here's my prediction. Void are gonna cave. Soon enough, we're gonna get a statement along the lines of, "We misread our audience, we apologise, and a toggle button will be coming soon, blah blah blah." Why? Because money talks, because the Steam reviews have tanked, and if it weren't for people speaking up, hammering those reviews, Void might never have noticed. I can't personally see how this ends well for them unless they reverse course, and they will, they have to. But that's not the point, is it? The fact a game's content can be stripped, changed or nulled mid-cycle proves once again that gamers have zero real rights when it comes to digital ownership. The Stop Killing Games movement, my recent video on KSP2, the comments that you all shared and raised, it's the same drumbeat. We don't own a bloody thing and we are sick of it. And to the PS5 crowd enjoying Ready or Not, you should still be angry. Don't gloat at PC players because this isn't about the PC master race or console wars. This is bigger. This is an industry run by suits who don't give a shit what you think, and if they haven't gutted your favourite game yet, trust me, it's only a matter of time. We shouldn't stand for this, because where this ends, well, it's going to be bad for all of us. Until next time, my lovelies, love to you all. Reggie out.